Dummy.
Sometimes, like in the summer, I took tennis and softball and shit like that. But you still had your core classes, you had your electives, you had your shit going towards your major eventually.
Why you cuss so much?
And yeah, but the reason why I was asking because Stinson was in college for like 7-8 years
And no degree.
I
saw that.
So I was like, at some point they don't make you like.
Well, it's possible, fool, because I went for 4 years and then a rare shirt year. So I went 5 years. And the only reason I got a degree is because I was like, after I finished football, I was like, I still had some more school to go. I was like, I ain't go to the NFL. So I got my degree. And
Gotcha.
I paid for that last semester myself. So I could see it.
But it is possible just the bullshit for 7-8 years.
Most people do. That's why I always say if I went back to school knowing what I know now, I'll be a doctor. Because it's free. Or an engineer or something. But
you think you'll be able to do that and play?
Yeah.
No.
You got to be dedicated to it. But I think so, fool. Because people are doing it now.
I mean,
how many of you know they have done it?
I ain't going to lie, fool. McSwain was smart.
He also dropped that shit.
He did. But it was also some of those people who actually did it.
Yeah, but the reason he dropped it because they weren't very accommodating with football.
His schedule.
And his schedule. Like their classes were during practice time and stuff like that. They wouldn't accommodate.
Yeah. I think that now, though, they are more accommodating.
And the load you got to take, heck no. Now it's a business.
I do. It'll be a little.
And I'm not saying you can't be no engineer.
It'll be something better than being a history major. I'll say that.
I got you.
PT.
Be like a physical therapist.
Something like that, you know.
I don't know. I think once I go to chemistry and anatomy, that's probably going to be the end of me.
Because I ain't gonna like Trey, whatever Trey was in, it was some hard classes, but he did that shit, fool. And it was, I want to say it was something in that field.
Gotcha.
Physical education.
Physical education. Yeah.
Nah, nigga, that's right. No, I ain't talking about that shit.
Dummy.
That's called
Physical education?
No. They got a name for it.
Physical education.
No, fool.
Exercise science.
No, it's like
I don't know what you try. What kind of fancy term you trying to give it?
It's a fancy
muscle
term.
Indoctrination.
Y'all go for
what is it?
It's still gonna be a PE teacher.
That's what he trying to.
It is, but it's more complicated.
This man trying to look up what it is.
Physical
Education major. Kinesiology.
That's it.
Kinesiology.
That's what I'm talking about, nigga.
A major or a health and physical education major.
Doesn't kinesiology sound a lot tougher? It's not, but I'm just that's all.
So that's what you would have went to school for?
No, I'm just saying that it's
Kind
a
of
better
like
name for
kind of like office manager compared to secretary.
I've been watching Suits. I've been watching Suits again, rewatching Suits, and I've learned that a lawyer secretary makes a whole lot of fucking
Well, they're
money.
paralegals. They're
not paralegals. They're legal secretaries. It's not a paralegal.
Don't they have to have like a certain?
Nah, they don't do anything legal.
Yeah, but you got to know how to write some of that stuff.
You got to know how to document or not document, but
like they can't
withhold and record.
A lot of times the lawyer don't write. I mean, they write it, but the secretaries or the assistants or whatever you call them do that. Mm-hmm. I be feeling like they got some form of a law degree.
They don't.
It ain't like
and they possibly went to some law school, but they have no degrees, no nothing, and so they go be legal.
Oh, we're gonna get this fact check for sure. I know it.
I've been watching Suits, so based on Suits,
Donna. Okay.
Based on Suits, Donna ain't go to no.
I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night.
But that shit, I ain't gonna lie, fool.
I don't think Donna went anywhere.
Right, and she was a real good legal secretary,
and she was fine.
I got you. So Suits, it's good. All right, let's go. Here we go. You tuning in to the Dummies podcast. I'm Stop.
I'm Joe.
I'm Hootie. No talk.
And we back like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. It's episode 233. Yes, 233 consistent episodes from the consistent group. We back in this thing on Sunday fun day, Sunday evening to be exact, almost Sunday night. Yeah, we in this thing.
In a storm.
But this is how quick it's going to be, like when you go get some fresh food, it's going to be fresh, hot off the water, hot off the grease.
Newest information.
Like soon as we get through, Dad's going to edit it and put it out to y'all, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully he edits it.
Yeah. WordPress. WordPress. But we in this thing, man, doing what we do. It feels good. The lights is lighting. He looking a little refreshed over there, so we might get some good angles. He might be pushing the button. We might get the Dummies on time. We missed the intro,
I
but
see the fingers. I see
Yeah.
DJ Funky fingers over there.
yeah, he over there. He looking a little bubbly over there. But we in this thing, man. Where we at with it though? Who?
I don't know, man. Today Sunday. Yesterday Saturday I had a cool Saturday. Shut up, boy. I had a cool Saturday, man. I went and recorded a few events, man, and I got to learn. I got to get better with my scheduling because I live in Calera, and so I went and did an event at 2-3 in the evening, downtown Fairfield area. Came back home. Then had to go do something that night, 7-8 o'clock. That's my Fairfield area.
So you did an event at 2:30.
2, and then 2 to 3, and then came back home.
Oh yeah, that was a horrible idea.
I know,
I
but
think you had to know that before you did it.
I did, but
You didn't get home to 4 and then had to
I got
come
home.
right back out.
I did get home. It took me about an hour, 2-hour nap, and then had to be somewhere else at 7:30. So I mean, it was what it was, and
Probably
that
just need to sit down and start editing.
I say that to say that I don't know, man. I probably need to move closer to this area because most of my life goes on in this area.
then he gonna get booked for something in Alabaster.
Right.
and
That's
Pelham.
rare though, fool. Like just based on majority of where I'm booked, it's very rarely
No, I
past
know.
Hoover.
I'm just let our jokes
Nope.
marinate a little bit.
Nope.
Or either
I'm
get
joking.
you an air mattress and put it here.
I thought about that too, but then sometimes I got to think about other parties and they be bougie. They need showers. I don't need another shower. But I was in the sun. I was in the sun yesterday, so I did need to go my ass home, take a shower.
Oh yeah, that's
get
different.
cleaned up
'Cause
to
you
go
had
to
to go
a
to
party.
like a- All right, so that make a little sense. But
so
you probably could have.
I would have had to get in order for it to make sense. I would have to get a room somewhere down here for it to be.
Or call somebody that you know to stay close to downtown.
But like I said, I had to think about other parties sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Even though that party ain't come. Still got to think about other parties to figure that part out. So man, it was cool though. I still enjoyed it, and that's a learning experience that you gotta to figure those things out and make them work, man. So that's at the end of the day, and I had a blast at both events. So that's the main thing, man. Even though it was work, it was some work.
Working fun.
Yeah, it was fun work.
Balance.
Booked and bougie.
I'll take them both.
Life is about balance.
So my week has been cool. I don't even remember the rest of the week other than being at work and being at work. How was yours? Can't get right. Jonathan, Joe.
Shut up. Don't ever call me Jonathan.
I don't know what to call this nigga.
I don't call you by your government name.
Okay, can't get right. There you go.
I mean, Joe was suffice.
Well, cause I don't call you Joe though.
I know.
Todd call you that. I don't call you that. So when I pass it,
You still got a problem with can't get right after all these years.
That nigga Ben told us to change his name. That was 8 years ago.
Yeah, like it's
Since
gonna
like 02, 03.
Blame Neek, not us.
Yeah, like it's just gonna change with that.
That's Neek and Jermaine's fault. We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Man, fuck them too. But I ain't do shit this week. The highlight of my week was coaching the kids for First Tee. Woke up yesterday morning, did that. That was pretty dope. Introducing mostly black kids into golf. That's always cool. But that was pretty much my week. What about you, sir?
Cool little week. Work. Been in grind mode the last, couple of weeks, few weeks, you know what I'm saying? They've been offering it, so I've been taking it. So I was doing all of that, still doing prep for college, to get ready to drop her ass off and zoom out. Scared.
You gonna be sad.
You gonna cry in the car.
Right.
Nah.
He gonna cry in the car.
I'm gonna be worried. That's what I'm gonna be like. Shit.
That's what's gonna make you cry.
I ain't gonna cry, but I'm just a little worried. That's all. Finally,
But worried about what? Specifically.
Oh, well, you
What
always, you always have worries if your kid's ready to handle the freedoms of college. You know what you teach them, you know what you tell them, but kids don't never do what you teach them and tell them. They figure out shit on their own, which is fine. But that'd be a worry about mine. And then it's a daughter, so like you worry about the shit they go on school. Motherfuckers be roofing. And,
Stay away from the little dirty ass
yeah,
niggas.
like the football nigga. I scored a touchdown yesterday.
Niggas, so what?
You know what I'm saying? So like you just worry about those things that
Nigga
that
ain't
you
even
can't
on the
control.
team.
Yeah, this
Nigga lying,
nigga, 0-0. Yeah.
Niggas like this right here. Niggas like
Willie Edwards. That's me right there.
You ain't see me yesterday.
right.
Yeah. So yeah, little stuff like that. But again, those things are out of your control. So really, I'm gonna let it go. But I think about it.
Yeah, I
Finally hopped off the porch. These niggas been bothering me for a gazillion years. And I still feel how I feel, but I finally got me an Apple Watch. I done came into the club.
Big money.
After about 12 years
like
of trying to be convinced.
I don't know if I approve. Like it popped up like to share, but then some other screen popped up.
What,
So I
to
might have
share
to do
what,
it
like
again.
activities?
Activities, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
And that nigga say he jumped in the game. He dove head first, he belly flopped in the game with the big boy. He didn't just start off with the little man.
well, the way I see it,
He belly flopped.
well, the
in
way
game
I
with the
see it,
big boy.
technology changes so much, so frequently. Why not just get the
Best of the
newest,
best?
thing that's available at the current moment? I'm new.
The most expensive.
Yeah. Nigga.
I wish Todd was here to tell you was rich.
I ain't tripping
He
off
only
Todd.
wants to
Todd-
bother me about that.
Todd broke. Nigga ain't got more money than me. Think about it.
Broke boy.
Let somebody gave me a check to think about it. And I just bought an Apple Watch and got to take a link about it. Nigga, what the fuck wrong with y'all? Nigga, that nigga broke. Nigga broke ass nigga.
Broke boy.
God damn. That nigga shit. That nigga button big.
Yeah, nigga, when you see nigga, I got orange on the side of my shit. What the fuck wrong with y'all?
Give my boy a course. You ain't got no orange over there.
Yeah, you got orange.
If you got orange, show your orange.
I ain't got no orange.
Show your orange. You got that black shit over there.
The main Rolex diamonds, what you did to that?
Fake ass VVs. You got Cuban zirconia over there.
Put that shit up, nigga, when we at the table with you.
Wait till about September.
Nah, we ain't got time for
Nigga,
that.
this now, nigga. Who care who got
We
that?
have a green side of it. That shit gonna be green, but
Bitch gonna have a flashlight.
Nigga gonna have an
on it.
invisible watch by then. But no, technology do change, so I feel like get the best because tomorrow it's gonna be gone.
How you
it's gonna
like
be-
it so far?
So far, so good. I really like. As soon as I put it on, I sat in the car and I immediately saw. I immediately, instantly got why everybody says that you're not gonna want to take it off and you're not going to get it. I think for me, especially now, I'm on this new health kick, trying to get back right with life. I like the stats. It tell you how long you've been standing. It's shit that I've been doing every day, but now to actually see the numbers behind it. Because I told you I think by I don't know about 2-3 o'clock I was already over 11 on the stand thing. Like, you know what I mean? So
You ain't did no 30 hours standing.
I'm gonna try to.
what's that? Let's see. Let me know you do.
Dummy.
You gotta tell Apple how you do that.
I'm gonna try to, but I do like that shit. Like it just make you more aware, and then now it make me wanna when I get through it. Like I'm like, man, damn, I ain't worked out today. I need to go hit my numbers, close some of my rings and shit. But so far so good. But I am going to still commit. I like my Movados. You know, I've been a Movado person forever. So I am gonna still.
Now you
commit.
can probably get a Movado watch face. You be all right.
I probably could, you know, maybe I don't know.
You never know.
Just
It's
wear your
still not the
Movado
same-
when it's nice
When it's time, when it's nice time, yeah,
Ain't no
like,
time for that no more.
yeah, like it's cool though. But I get it. You know, they make it good, and it's a nice little band. You know, they go with it. Ain't them little flimsy boys. I like it so far.
Okay.
No,
Took that plastic boy out fast. I don't even know that one even come with the plastic.
Yeah, it never
That's
came
what that
with it.
one come with? That's factor?
oh man, see, I can tell you.
You no orange boy.
This shit came with a big box with the
A
mountains
welcome
on it.
goddamn mat.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
You got an old welcome mat.
Hello, Mr. Smith. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, I'm in the game now. But yeah, I like it though. What else happened this week? That was really,
That's it.
yeah, that was really, that
You
was
gotta
really,
watch.
You change your life.
yeah, I changed my life. So that was really it. We are going to be off next week, so don't look for an episode. We are going to be off. We haven't been off in a while. It's time. Everybody got a lot of different things going on, so we will take off that week. So just enjoy yourself. Everybody enjoy their holidays and stuff coming up, man. Get you some time off. Get you some much needed rest. And I say that not even to get into a store, but we've been at work, and it not even in just work, just listening to family and friends, and it's like a repeated story that we come on here and talk about, man. Please, 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 please take care of yourself, man. People are dropping left and right.
Yes.
And it's little things that maybe we can try to do. This is why I got this watch, you know, just to really like, you know, try to do better at taking care of myself, drinking my water, you know, getting physical activities. People are leaving. You know, we had somebody, you know, that I interact with daily at work passed. So thoughts and prayers, you know, with their families. Like you said, it was somebody else upstairs that it happened to. You know, I'm not gonna put information and things like that out here because that's not how we're gonna do it on the platform. But you just got to make sure you're taking care of yourself and doing what you can to to be in better health and things along those nature. So,
and this helps. We just talked about it earlier. Like if you're sitting down too long, your watch will recognize that hey, your heart rate's too high. You may look into to see what's causing it.
Yeah.
What's going on? So all of those things helps, and it helps, man. But take your days too, man. We say that often, and I know we don't probably live up to it often.
Yeah.
And I tell you this often too, though. Like take your days, especially because I know you're doing quadruple duties based on what you're doing. So man, you gotta take it for like even if you're doing single duty, man, you need to take time away from that too.
Do you ever like scare yourself?
With what?
Like when you be like, hey man, I'm pushing a little bit too much.
That's why I'm gonna be transparent. I took off tomorrow just because, man, and I know I had been pushing it, and even though I had been off from work within the last 30 days, when I was off of work, it was to do something. Mm-hmm. So I took off tomorrow to do nothing.
That's why I'm looking forward to the weekend, and I'm glad we actually decided to take off because then that'll give me Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to chill. And I haven't had a run like that in God knows how long. But I have a problem though, and a lot of people fuss at me about it because even when I finally get downtown, I find some shit around the house to do.
There's always something to do.
Like I go to rearrange in the closet. I find a new project every time.
But that's different though. That's based on your own merit, on what you just feel like doing, not based off of.
I get what you saying.
I use that for therapy.
I get what you saying, but the way I do it, my nigga, like I won't sit down. Like that should have taken me 6 hours with them projects I be creating sometimes. Like because. Like, I'm finna throw away all the clothes that I ain't wore in a year. And then, you got to bag that shit up. And then, man, I ain't dusted under the closet in so long.
So what I already dedicated my time. Nigga, I plan on laying down all day and with the curtains, with the blackout curtains, watching the show on Hulu, The Bear.
The Bear.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Do you, as a man,
and eating some fat shit. I'm for real, fool. I'm doing nothing on purpose.
What you said, Jabal?
Do you sometimes, as a man, be like, even family members, you might not even want to. Your mama might call and you might.
Fool, listen.
Like,
I'm at work.
Stop. No.
I'm at work.
Listen. Me, the girl, and Warren had this conversation the other night about screening calls, and I'll be like, sometimes I'll see a call no matter who it's from, and I just don't answer. Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes I just don't answer because I don't want to talk. I know it's probably something that's wanted or needed, and then sometimes you got to not be involved in that. Yeah. I'll call you back. I've said in this moment, probably no.
I've been saying that shit for years. Like it's levels to my phone call.
Mama and kids love y'all, but
like it's just levels to it. Like certain times of the day, is certain times of the week. It's like nah, not you today.
Tomorrow.
Do y'all mama respect y'all hours of working?
They don't know it. Well, they might know it, but my mama called whenever she
It be like 2:30.
My mama pretty good at that. Like. I know you're working, but I actually got a fuss at her. Like, just call me and let me know. Like, you over there fucking...
Right, I'd rather you call me and let me know.
All the power off and all you got to do is flip the breaker. And
yeah.
Well, I knew you was working and I just didn't want to say nothing.
When they just call you, it just be like talking. Yeah, but...
Now, she will do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
that's the ones I'm talking about.
You needed something,
because you answer,
You're like, everything. Yeah, everything
and
good.
See, Miss Martha,
my butter ain't melt. Who is Miss Martha?
Hey, let me call you back, man.
I'm processing something.
Say, I'm working. You good?
Yeah.
And it's that.
Mm-hmm. And she'll text. Sometimes she'll text, hey, I ain't want nothing.
If it's serious, call me twice.
But it's all levels. It's the wife, it's the kids, it's the moms, it's the pops, it's the all of that, man. And it just happens sometimes. Sorry.
But I say that to say, I don't think I'm going to create no project. But even if I do,
you don't think
that's enough days
sure it's for you.
I'm gonna do some rest, because I'm really not no big old sleeper, man. Like I can't sleep long. Like if I do sleep 7-8 hours, that's it. I might try to catch a nap, you know what I'm saying, here and there, but then I'll be like, man, I gotta do something. Because
it just be that shit.
And the main thing now is like you not at home a lot. You on the go, you working, you doing all this. So it's stuff that I've been wanting to do for a couple weeks that I hadn't got to yet. You know what I mean? So that'd be a good time to finally do it.
I ain't doing nothing tomorrow. I don't think nothing. I'm going to fresh and I'm watching TV and laying in the bed eating fat shit.
Pick a series, order some pizza, goddamn. Don't put on no real clothes on purpose, nigga.
Yeah, keep your pajamas on, my boy.
Nigga, don't go,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like purposely.
Oh, yeah, that don't stop it. I be in there in them basketball shorts and that T-shirt, goddamn. peeling the carpet back. It's just me, but I am going to make it a point to chill because
And I'm gonna say that, and tomorrow you're gonna see me in the gym or cutting grass or some shit.
Because fuck that shit. Let me get that real quick.
When I'm gonna get to cut the grass again? Shit, I don't even know the next day I'm gonna get.
Boy, it's hot as hell out there to be cutting
I'm
grass.
gonna be one of them niggas they mad at. Why this nigga cutting grass at 8:15 in the morning?
Man, I be wanting to, but I mean, I just can't do it.
Man,
I probably will.
I'm starting to get to the point now. Like,
I'd rather do it in the evening if I'm
rather,
gonna do it.
but the weather don't let you.
like y'all know, like I hadn't been cutting my grass at all, but it's because like I ain't want to buy all the equipment and buy all the
make you, baby.
buy all the shit that make you cut the grass. But man, these new age lawn man, them niggas got new rules.
Like what?
The nigga told me the people who I got now who finna get fired soon.
Well,
as soon as I find a
Well,
replacement.
is it a nigga?
The nigga told me. The nigga told me that they gotta stop bagging the grass that they cut because it's too hot.
So what they do? The clippings go in the grass, maybe?
Yeah. Like they're not gonna bag it because that's overworking their workers and it's too hot outside.
Yeah.
Nigga, this the profession you signed up for.
Then the nigga told me they was pulling the grass. You know how they pull the weeds out the bed? Mm-hmm. They can't do it because one of them got stung by a bee.
Bruh, it's hard to even find somebody, and then they cut my grass too high.
I ain't even done. Then they came back, this back-to-back weeks, they came back and said that they can no longer push more anymore. They got a zero turn.
So what, they charge you more for that or something?
Well, no, not exactly, but my yard not that big. So like to me those zero
And
turns for big ass yards.
Yeah, they
they don't always cut.
So you paying for their other people. For real.
So I'm like, goddamn, like nigga, do you got a lawn care service or not? Like nigga got way too many rules. But what you saying, my bad.
Nah, they want the people what who to say it? Kinesiologists.
There you go.
That's what they want. Lawn-ologists.
Man, I miss the old school day, boy. Like them niggas used to be out that bitch all day. They ain't care nothing about. I ain't know nothing about no. It's too hot.
But also, fool, like I was paying some professional people. Then I tried to go with a little young boy. Put a little money in his pocket. Little young guy. Man, they cut my yard one time and they ain't answered my text since.
I'm starting to feel like the old folk, man. You just can't find help like you used to.
You just can't.
Yeah. Y'all seen that North Carolina nigga Michael Brown? I was gonna put him at the dummy, but he didn't quite make it.
Crazy talking about lawn care, but go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that nigga. I know how to produce shit. But Michael Brown, if y'all didn't see it, I was gonna put him back there at the dummy, but we're gonna just put him up here at the store. He was the lawn man who got caught turning his client's mansion into a full blown club.
Oh yeah.
But
and then went live or something.
No, the party, it was a hell of a party. They was out there bashing. It was over 300 people, they say, out there. He say he didn't charge. They say that he did. He said his clients or something who he cut grass for are on an international trip. They gone somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I guess they can't get in touch with him, but the police was called because of the disturbance, the noise and everything. And he said that, he was the homeowner, which he wasn't. But he also, I don't think what was funny, I think what was actually funnier than what he did was his interview. My man, they charged him with trespass. They charged him with a whole bunch of shit. And my man basically said, I ain't did nothing illegal. He was like, I threw a party, but that ain't illegal. It ain't no crime to throw a party, is it?
It is, my boy.
Man, y'all got to hear his explanation. If y'all ain't seen it, you got to go click on it. I'm talking to the listeners too. Like, if y'all ain't seen it, go click on it and listen to my man's explanation of how he threw that party. Then he turned around and said that he gonna still keep his lawn care job because he feel like when the people get back,
was it a job or a service?
Like he had been cutting. Yeah, he had been cutting the grass. Yeah, for his clients.
Was the party inside?
No, I didn't see that part. It was a pool party.
The whole house.
Oh,
it was the house, the backyard. My man went to work.
It was a cool little house too.
They said that they asked him, did he provide any liquor or anything? He said, nah. They was like, but people were drinking. He was like, I bought my drink.
Yeah. Was in my cup.
They were trying to give my boy another charge. My boy was smart about that one. Nah, I ain't providing
no liquor.
They bought their own.
So I don't need no license?
I just gave them a space.
Yeah.
I gave him space. It was a hell of a party too.
As long as he cleaned up and cut the grass.
Well, they said there was some damage. That was some of the things they said. It was some damage and things like that. But hey, if the homeowners ain't spoke up yet, I think my boy might be all right. They might come back and say, "Nah, it's all
just
good."
cut my yard a year for free, and we square.
Yeah, but shout out Mike, man. My man looked like he threw the party of the year. Y'all would have went.
Hell yeah.
You probably, he might didn't tell
We
nobody.
just now was talking about a pool party. I'm all for a pool party.
Yeah, well, you damn sure did.
I'm all for a pool party.
We talk about health and everything going on. Unfortunately, there's some more news. They said that drinks including water, soda, beer, and wine that are sold in glass bottles, contain more microplastic than those in plastic bottles.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think we fucked up.
So glass got more plastic than plastic?
Plastic in every goddamn thing. Ain't glass in everything. It seems like it. Fool. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do, what to drink, what to eat.
Damn, I thought the water in the glass bottles was the fancy shit.
That's what I thought. Like you would have thought that that's what it was, but I don't know. That's why I say we doomed. Cause like nigga, I can't drink out of a glass bottle because it got plastic in it.
At the shop that day.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we doomed.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that's been the case, man. Because it's everything. And we keep seeing these type of conversations keep coming up. It goes from that to the same type of cereal that's made by the same company that goes from here that goes to Canada is completely different. Like all of the colors and dyes in the cereal we get compared to what Canada gets is bad. So what do? You drink the water, you eat the cereal. What do you do?
Can't drink out the fire hose no
The
more.
water ain't good in itself. It already be fucking hose pipe water.
And then you can't go on vacation and drink water. What do we do, man?
But then you go on vacation, they get a drink with ice in it.
I don't. That's you. You
Shit,
do that.
Yeah, they
I
say.
do.
Yeah, they
And that
say.
shit ain't
They
bother
say
me.
international travel don't do that.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, specific countries.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd be all in Mexico, yeah.
Don't do it. Well,
Get
you
the
need to
ice
stop.
cube.
You gotta stop, my boy. Just pull you a bottle of water.
Martin said that happened to him one time when he went
got
to he went somewhere. Yeah, he got sick, and he thinks it was from the ice cubes that was in the drink.
It could have been. If the water bad, the ice
Because he was
gonna
like,
be
I
bad.
had been drinking bottled water, I had been doing everything I was supposed to do, but then I had drink like a mojito or something, but it had and he didn't think about it. You don't think.
So we say out the country. Can that be out the state, out the city too? Like if you go to Vegas, if you go to Cali, if you go to somewhere.
I think that the difference here supposed to be our water is more regulated and clean, and it has to be checked regular and things like that. But some other countries don't have those kind of
regulations.
regulations and rules on it.
But the water is different from state to state because, like New York, that's why they say like New York bagels and how they pizza dough be so good. Like they have New York has the best water system. Like drinking water straight out the faucet in New York is
So I'm
90% better than any bottled water that you're gonna buy.
Then where I stay at, I shouldn't be drinking that shit out the faucet because sometimes at 3 in the morning I be thirsty.
Alabama normally.
No, but I remember I was just about to say I remember at one point Mobile was bragging like saying that Mobile had some of the top water in the country.
Well,
I know you better not go to Detroit. Goddamn.
And then also in Mobile, like it's two different areas that they get their water from. I mean, there's some real deal local Mobile shit. But
So they
one
got a
is
bad
Dog
side and a good
River.
side?
Yeah, the one is come from a place called Dog River, and one is from another place.
What's the good one? Dog River, I'm guessing.
No, dog.
No,
I don't know.
want my water.
I don't know.
Yeah, look at G Boston looked up the list. Yeah, Alabama said it's frequently at the top of the list.
Yeah, I can see Hawaii being one. Okay, that's cool.
But you know what?
It damn sure ain't Birmingham. Y'all remember y'all first came up here? It's trying to drink some faucet water.
No, you know
How
what's
nasty that shit?
You know what's crazy? Like when we used to go on road trips for football, me and Mark used to do that. Oh no, they water trash. Like, we whatever city we was in, man. You tried to tap water yet? Nah, let's check it out. And we used to check that shit out. Because
You can do a water test,
man,
goddamn.
water be different
Water be
everywhere.
different.
And
Waterologist.
and to be fair, back then that was at the time where nigga wasn't just bottled water and that was some nigga. We drunk that shit right out the faucet.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we to be fair, for us, we probably did have access to the bottled water.
Yeah. But I was saying like back then, like so for us to taste it anyway, it wasn't like it was crazy because we was drinking faucet water and shit at home. Nigga wasn't buying bottled water.
Birmingham water
Birmingham
trash.
had a time. I'm about to say that was a time in Birmingham areas where they was talking about don't drink that too because of the pipes and whatever wasn't the best.
All that lead and that shit was great.
Yeah, so
You turn on some hot water.
Well,
that
they
shit
damn
coming
sure do
out
water
straight
tests
great.
often. I never look at the results, but they do them often.
Yeah, they send that shit home and I don't never look at it.
On the list, the world list, right? Number 36 in
Look at that, Alabama.
Okay.
Look at that. What New York at? Let me see if we can't get right.
Wrong. F3. Hit
50.
F3 and look up New York, G-Ball. There you go. 18 and 20. But they in the
That's
top.
awesome.
They ain't better than Bama. Don't bring up New York, nigga. We in Bama. Fuck that.
Huh? What?
You just
They're
said.
probably saying the overall state. The entire,
He might be talking about the city of New York.
Yeah.
Oh, so this the states. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, it's the entire state.
So what? They need to come here and make
But he
their
was about
peace.
to argue about something different.
Right.
though.
But
saw
like, I
it
ain't
coming.
say that.
I ain't say that.
Yeah, you
No,
did.
it was just. I'm talking about yes, New York City. Yeah.
I got you.
Y'all see they trying to change the regulations on those buy now, pay later places? Like, you know how you can
It
go
fucks with
online
your
and
credit.
Yeah, they trying to put it, they finna factor it in on your credit. They said too many people buying that shit, not paying and doing what they supposed to do. So now they finna,
I'll say this.
You talking about the
Anything.
Yeah, what they
what it's
called?
called, Clint Key?
You got Klarna, you got
Klarna.
Afterpay, you got
Klarna and
that's it.
Afterpay.
pay now, pay later.
I'll say this.
Afterpay been doing that shit.
I feel you, but I'll say that.
So
with
they
those-
check your credit?
No, they
No.
hit your ass if your ass.
But now they will.
wouldn't hit you.
Now they will.
Yeah, they'll hit your credit now if you don't pay.
I'll
You
say
said
this.
hit.
With
like a
those,
firm, I think it's
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Used
with
to be
those
like,
things, if you can't buy now, don't pay later.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
doing
closed, man. Why would you do that on some Jordans? That's what it be.
That's
some
wild.
Jordans and shorts and like if you can't
Yeah,
buy that now, don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I have though. I have.
Don't.
I have.
I know, and I'm telling you, don't. It's okay. Don't.
So explain to the people why.
Because it don't make sense, man. That means you don't really need those Jordans, man. It's okay.
And you're
to go-
paying interest on them.
Yeah, man. Like
So
You
could
don't
that?
pay- you actually don't pay interest if you pay.
you won't, but now it hits your credit. So it's
But if you don't pay,
then it didn't, but now it will.
but they're saying if you don't pay, that's when they're gonna hit your credit.
Even if that's the case, don't do it.
If
So,
you pay your
okay.
shit, they not gonna get your credit.
Okay, cool. I hear what you're saying. I got you, G-Boss. So saying that then, isn't that concept, don't that apply to all things that you use credit for? Like stuff you put on credit cards.
Well,
like they
well-
a lot of people say don't put something on credit cards that you can't
Okay,
afford to pay
so-
for right then and there.
And I agree. That's why I don't put much me personally. I'm speaking from a personal standpoint. I don't put much on my credit card if I can't pay it when I get paid Friday.
I be swiping
That's
those
just me,
swiping.
fool. Like I pay my credit cards every pay period.
But
I
what
pay
you
them
saying-
completely off.
Gotcha.
What
That's smart.
Sock is
That's just me.
saying, though, that's what's messing it up. Their selling point was shit like they don't go and report what you doing with your shit to the credit bureaus.
Mm-hmm.
So now that y'all doing that, it ain't no different from me just using my credit card to buy what I gotta buy. It ain't no different from me getting a loan to go buy what I gotta buy.
But I feel like there's a
I'm
reason.
operating the same exact way as them now.
But I
So
think that
why
there's a
would I go
reason.
with you now?
There's a reason why they're doing it differently now is because there have been so many niggas who would do that and not pay it. So that's the only reason. I think that's the only reason they're changing it is because that happened.
But I think
Whole selling point gone.
Niggas was putting vacations on that shit.
Nigga put H&M t-shirts on that shit. fool.
but
no, fuck the
anything.
H&M t-shirt.
But I'm
They
saying
was
that-
putting vacations on
I
that.
know, but they'll put
It's
anything on
kinda
there and
like
not pay it.
Turo. If Turo was to come and say, okay, now we require a credit card deposit for you to be able to rent a car, that your whole selling point is now out the window. You just knocked your whole.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I still-
what
don't care.
separates you
I-
from the company.
Maybe
I look at it like I get what you're saying. Like their selling point, they might run a few people out, but the people who wanted to use it and use it responsible still
they're
probably
gonna pay
go
that.
and do it.
Yeah, that's my point. So I don't care about that. Because if you're thinking about it like that, you was trying to get over anyway, and you're the person who I'm against.
Yeah, that's what the
Exactly. So I don't care about my selling point being to somebody who's trying to get over on me.
But now, what I'm saying though, now what is your? I get what y'all saying. Some people gonna stay, but after a while, what is your?
Well, from my
shit to
understanding,
separate yourself from my
if you like using it, you're still gonna use it because you pay your shit on time and you pay it right?
Yeah, I mean, but it just don't make a difference now. It used to be,
It ain't always got to be a bit.
bit.
It ain't always got to be about making a difference, G-Boss. It just got to make sense and works.
It used to be,
And to be
like, I would
easily
put this on
accessible.
Apple
Like
Pay,
it's
stuff like
easier
that.
for maybe the people in the hood, not to say it that way, but maybe it's easier for the people in the hood to get access to that and to use it and to use it properly. But if you're gonna mess it up, then I don't want you either. I don't care about the selling point at that point. I want to be paid for what I lent you. And if I'm not getting that, then I don't care about the selling point.
It might be easier for people to break down $100 into 4 payments?
18 payments. They be getting about 19
Nah,
payments.
I don't think they do it like
It'd be
that.
like 3, 4
And then
payments.
you get, tiers. You can do 3, you can do 6, you can do 9.
I've never tried it, but I mean, to each its own. Like if you wanna, I'm not gonna tell somebody how to do it or what not to do, but I do think you got to just be careful with stuff like that.
All that shit.
And that's with anything, like credit cards or anything. Like who said he paid his shit off right then and there? That's a good
And that shit
concept.
normally be like first 90 days you pay it off. You don't have interest for your first 90 days. So if you pay it within this time, you good. But you take longer than 90 days to actually pay.
Nah, I ain't even gonna lie. Shit, I did that shit with Best Buy a minute day.
What's that?
I always do the no interest.
The no interest.
Yeah, nigga,
Yeah,
you
for the
supposed
18
to.
months,
For
if they gonna give you
for
no
big purchase.
Yeah, I've been doing that
They
shit
gonna
since
give it
years.
18 months, then cool. Like, and that's still, they only do that because they know you're responsible. So if you take the 18 months and you pay it off in 18 months, they gonna give it to you 18 times.
Yeah.
Fuck it up if you want to and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
So,
30% interest rate.
I don't know. You hear? I mean, it's just a matter of what you think your philosophy is, because you hear a lot of rich people sometimes say like,
Credit's
"Nigga,
king."
I ain't paying my own money for this shit. Y'all crazy, yeah." Or I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna spread it out. Like I'm gonna let. What's the point of having good credit and paying shit on time all the time if you don't use it?
I do it when I need it, but I've never been a big fan of credit cards until recently, until I know that there are some perks. However, I still treat it like cash. So if I'm gonna use it and I know, I don't really I try not to get it if I can't pay it.
That's the best way to be about it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the best way to be about it. But sometimes, unfortunately, and that's the beautiful thing about
If
credit
you're in that
cards.
tough situation,
Yeah,
I
when
get
you
it.
get in that situation, you got something that you must have. Then you got.
But to each his
Throw it on
own.
that bitch.
For my point is, Jordan shouldn't be that.
Nah,
That's
that
what I'm
should be
saying.
reserved.
And that's all I was saying.
That
Jordan
should be
is not
reserved
that.
for like when
my light's about to get cut off.
when the air
nigga.
conditioner go out or
Right,
some
nigga,
shit.
like that. I need a new roof and
Yeah.
it's about to fall in.
So you don't think they should be able to?
I ain't saying you shouldn't be able to. I'm just saying it's not smart to do so.
It just
Gotcha.
equal to credit cards.
If you put Jordans on there and it's 0 interest,
Then pay it off.
and you pay it off, then I don't see a problem.
But those niggas are getting in trouble for Jordans. In jeans and shirts and clothes and trips.
Now, if Jordan is on your credit report, that's crazy.
Shit, I notice every time I go buy some kind of Air Max 1, that shit be on there. Hey, you want to pay it over 6 months? It's there every single time, fool. I don't care who it's from. It could be
I'm
from
saying-
Foot Locker, Nike. They give you the option to goddamn finance them hoes.
Yeah, defaulting on Jordans is wild.
Somebody doing it. Somebody doing it. That's why they mad.
California just passed a law now, just recently, saying that they can seize used cryptocurrency or unused crypto if it hasn't been used in 3 years. The state will take hold of it. They called it abandoning property.
That's some wild, should be illegal shit. You steal it. I ain't got to use my crypto if I don't want to.
Now, some of the people said, how would they even know to be able to access it or get it?
How
Because
you gonna get it?
I think what people need to start realizing, I don't know, but maybe they're not. But at this point, that whole selling point, like you said,
It's
that
the- I
it's
thought it's the
unregulated. I don't think crypto's unregulated anymore.
Yeah, because I had a homeboy. That was gambling using crypto, and they goddamn canceled his Cash App. So how would they know?
Because it's regulated. I don't know.
They know.
Well, they wasn't like they canceled Cash App, right?
Yeah, but he
So
was using Cash App to send crypto.
Right, but Cash App closed it, not crypto, right?
Yeah, but how would you know where this crypto is going?
Well,
You
when
know it's
buy-
doing something it ain't supposed to be doing.
Well, when you buy
It
shit-
got
Well,
it got a
means
footprint
that
on
means
it.
it's-
Well, no, I can send crypto to a person.
Crypto.
Yeah, listen. When you buy,
But is that what that
crypto
friend
on
was
shit
doing?
like
Or was they
Cash App.
sending it directly to the company to gamble?
Yeah, they were sending it to the company to gamble.
Then there you go.
That's how they know.
But how they know though?
Here, motherfucker, that's how they know.
Because Cash
you buy
App
crypto
keeps
through those
trace.
platforms, you don't own crypto stocks in there. That shit, you don't own that shit that it's saying you own, bro. It's a totally different thing. When you buy it through Robinhood and Webull and all that shit, you don't own your stocks or your crypto. You're buying a percentage of what they own.
Y'all
That's
saw
why
that.
they don't have every single stock in crypto listed on there.
Y'all saw that we
Go
about to have
to
some
Fidelity
inflation.
and TD Ameritrade, them type people.
No,
You
my
actually
man is
buying
educating
your
us on
actual-
crypto, and you
Sorry,
keep
I'm
cutting
sorry.
them off.
You actually
Gotcha.
own
Yeah.
It all plays a part. I want to throw that in
Yeah,
there. My bad.
you actually own your stock portfolio when you buy from those type places. But
See?
when you do these little, you just buying a percentage of what they got, and that's why if they want to shut your shit down, and it's in a fine print.
That
See,
we
niggas-
don't ever read.
So tell your homeboy he can't gamble with it
I'ma
and send it
tell my
directly
homeboy.
to the
Hey,
company. He got to send
Is
it
it
to
time
somebody.
for them to stop that fine print shit? Because that nobody reads that shit.
I ain't read
That's
a-
the point.
I ain't read a fine print,
Guess what I be
terms and
using now?
conditions in 99 years, nigga, since Facebook first started. I ain't read
That's
the
why I
terms and
use
conditions.
Chat GPT. You take the shit and just drop it on.
That shit be
like,
coming
send
too
me
much
with-
too.
Send me with the most important shit that'll fuck me up, nigga.
99 million sentences.
That's a good that's a good solution, but
It'll break
It's a
all
good
those
try,
waterfalls
but that
down.
shit be long.
Man, I ain't reading that shit. And then I hate when people like they gonna
Cause you still gonna sign up.
they gonna they're gonna steal my information.
Too
It's
late.
already stolen.
They got you.
they definitely got all that
You
shit.
sent me that camel jacket yesterday. That shit been popping up everywhere. Facebook, IG, TikTok, ever since.
Hey, has it went down to $30 yet?
I don't know, but I know it's popping up every goddamn my emails.
My man said, "Nah, you gotta wait.
Damn, I want a camel
It's gonna be
jacket for
$25."
That shit ain't going down. No, it's cool. It's at Express. You probably can't fit it. You gonna be like, they don't make my size, you know. You be,
don't stop.
they don't make
Yeah,
my
yeah.
size. Nah. But it's at Express. It's a cool little jacket. They had the pants to go with that bitch too, though. It looked cool.
Pants? Oh yeah, I saw the
some
pants.
camo
But
They
got-
might
they
sell
got
like
the- they got the weird bottoms.
a 42 long or something.
No, nigga. I ain't no seamstress.
Or take it away. That's what I be doing sometimes because you know how they have your cuff. You
You
know,
just take the cuff out of
yeah,
it,
just take the cuff out of it.
uncuffed that jacket.
Keep
Nigga had the flare wrist, like the bottom of the pants. Nigga got the flare
Nigga
wrist.
had bell bottom wrist.
Right. He got the flare. No, that's a shirt. I think
It's a
almost-
jacket, a
it's
camo
jacket.
jacket on Express. I
And it's
think.
like $100. Oh, that be $14. I might need that, but it's a jacket. It's like $100.
That bitch say camo shirt jacket. That bitch $70.
Yeah, that ain't it though.
And that be $130, and it went down to like $100 right now.
Yeah. So when he saw it, it was already on the sale price.
Right, for the same thing.
There you
I
go.
think there you go right there. Yeah, that.
Y'all
You can't
seen
do nothing with that. Can't get right.
No. I ain't never been able to get none with t-shirts out of Express.
there was some recent alarming statistics that are rising. College graduation unemployment has reached historic highs. 13% are unable to find work with degrees, highlighting the oversaturated market and the reality that paper diplomas might not be so important.
Yeah, we kind of learned that some years ago when our job stopped making people have to have those in order to get a job there. We was like, okay, so what's the benefit of having a college degree if you don't need it to get the certain specific jobs you need anymore? And like G-Boss was telling you last week or week before, shit, his professor told him, hey, you wasting your time because shit, by the time you get finished with this career or this schooling, AI gonna take over your shit. So I think a lot of it is AI. And then sometimes a lot of jobs or places aren't requiring degrees anymore.
But
They still got the stats that show that overwhelmingly
It still helps.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
It does still help big time.
But don't at y'all job once you get a certain degree you automatically get a bump.
No,
Oh,
hell no,
okay.
super hell no. Because we got some people in certain positions who have a degree and who don't have a degree in the same position,
Same position. Okay, gotcha.
and they make the same amount of money.
Gotcha.
My whole training class had degrees. I'm the only one without one.
And they make the same money. G-Boss might make more because he has some other kind of background.
I just don't know how we keep up with all of these different things. Amazon, they if y'all saw that article this week, they have a 90-day window for people in their headquarter offices and their hubs to resign and or move to the next spots.
Next spots backwards or forward?
like wherever they moving their new headquarters to.
Oh,
Basically, they closed-
Move
yeah.
from Cali to New York.
Yeah, they hubs that were like in Seattle, I think it's DC, Arlington. They're closing them, and so they're giving their employees 90-day window to either relocate to the major hub. Sorry, not away from it, but go to the major hub. So if you're working at some of these Amazons around here, if the ones that they closing,
You gotta
you
go
either got to
Birmingham,
relocate
like
to those
Bessemer.
cities, or
Are they paying the relocation fees? I know you might not know, but
it didn't say. If
and
they
question: if your job did that, would you consider it or do it?
You gotta consider.
I think I probably would do it, fool.
Yeah, you gotta consider.
I think I probably would do it.
But where they moving? Omaha, Nebraska?
Yeah,
Like,
I was just
you
gonna
got
say
to, like,
Nebraska. That
you
was
got to-
crazy that
yeah,
you
you
said.
got-
Yeah.
Well,
I said I would consider.
Yeah. I consider, but for us, Omaha, Nebraska might be where we live now. Almost.
Nah, because you can go to the big city.
And these are at the corporate offices, by the way. They're corporate.
I'm
offices.
I'm full, and because me and a girl had conversations about moving and living, and you know we always had that conversation. It always comes up. So I always thought, like, even if it comes to that, I go live in Omaha, Nebraska. I just wouldn't have my fun there. Like, nigga, when I want to have fun, go to California, go to New York, go somewhere and have your fun.
If I'm at
But
corporate, that's a little bit different than
live
having
where it makes sense.
like a factory job for
It's
Amazon.
Seattle, Arlington, and Washington, D.C.
So is it only those three where they get job opportunity? Damn.
Those are the main hubs.
And that's
And
Amazon.
this
so
is
I wouldn't
corporate.
mind going to
These
DC.
people working at the corporate
Yeah.
offices.
so what's
So,
the
and
options?
they-
give me
they-
the options again.
Arlington, D.C., and Seattle.
Not bad option.
Besides Seattle, I'll go to any one of those.
I don't think even Seattle.
But
not a bad
but
option.
but here's the thing that you like. There has to be
It's
factored.
different.
You got 90 days to figure that shit out. Like, what have you got? You don't have family over there. You got small age, school age kids. You got to think about how your kids gonna be infected.
Infected. What you trying to give them? What you trying to give them another COVID? Ain't it?
Relocation syndrome, nigga. But yeah, like it's a lot of different things that play into that. Like you might be freelancing, doing whatever you're doing around in your area, and you've building a nice little brand and stuff that's connected to that city. It's a lot of stuff to consider in just 90 days.
And
That's true.
That shit's so crazy. Fool. We just had that conversation this week, and all of those things come into play. You got to think about all of that, like moving to another place, another city, building the equity that I've built here over the last 20 years. It's hard to just go and move.
And
It's not
another
gonna be as easy.
Another thing that, and it's not to say that it's over with at this point, but we just did that story last week about being in your 40s and 50s. Like this is your last run to kind of get ready to push to the envelope. The next step is retirement. If you, I don't know if anybody's looked across the country, but those people in those cities are trying to come to Alabama and places like here to take advantage of our pricing and the things that we have to offer down here. So it might not be the most smartest thing to relocate
it.
right
Like,
now.
I know
Because
it ain't
one, the South is one of the hottest markets, but Alabama in particular is number 7 in the nation as the relocation spot.
And food.
Yeah.
We'll
And if
pay-
Birmingham high, I'm at DC is stupid.
And it's not food. So I can only imagine if we go anywhere, we're paying 3 times the rate of what we're paying. now.
Different,
3
and,
times.
and it's a different lifestyle. Like my brother in DC, you got to catch the metro, you got to catch this. You got parking is atrocious, so it ain't
no
like
such
you can
thing
just
as
drive up.
parking.
Like you are getting on the train and you are catching Ubers and shit daily to get to and from. You're really doing commutes. So to go do everything, like when they go out before they go out, they don't drive and pull up to the nigga. They get Ubered to it. They catch the train to it.
That's
so
crazy.
it just
that factors in the cost of living and all that. Man, I ain't been on public transportation.
On
in
what?
like transportation.
Transportation. What's
I haven't
that,
been
my
on public
nigga?
transportation in maybe 30 years. Or
I
so.
hadn't did it on needed in the long since probably since high school. I hadn't needed to get on it, but we did it generally in Chicago, and it was cool. It was effective. However, that adds up daily, and it could become a hassle as well. But looking at that number, fool, you might have said it stock, but I ain't realize it was 350,000.
yeah. Well, part of this is AI. They expect to lose a lot of corporate staffing with the move, but they're also understanding it too because they pulling out a lot of that AI stuff that's gonna take the place of it.
And they ain't got to pay for them buildings no more. They ain't got to pay for that rent.
It might hadn't hit each person yet, but
It's in there.
it's a lot of people alarming. Like I was looking at damn, I always fuck his name up. I can't think his name, but he been all over the place saying that it was coming. He was like, I'm not telling y'all it's coming. It's here now. It's over. He was like, the gig is up. He was like, the next couple of years you finna see shit you ain't never thought you'd see in a minute because a lot of jobs finna be gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know when it is. I don't know what day that is. I hope they don't knock on my cubicle.
I was listening to Bernie Sanders and Joe Rogan, and they was talking about those things going on in California. And he was just talking about how a lot of the outrage, it was like, why are you damaging those Waymo cars and they're not affecting you? But when you look at the grand scheme of things, they really are. They're affecting cab drivers. They're affecting Uber drivers because it's basically self-driving cars. That's your Uber.
You said the Waymos. Yeah. All that shit been here, man.
Yeah.
So,
Other countries got helicopter, little Ubers and shit.
But you know, I did. I don't know how true this is. I meant to dig a little deeper. And a lot of those in certain select countries, those things that put people out of jobs, like certain things they don't let in certain areas. You might find them in bigger cities, tourist areas and stuff like that to help with that. But a lot of areas, they still believe in investing in the people because the people is the commodity, not the corporations.
But even with that,
for the longest, Vegas wouldn't allow Uber. Like Vegas was one of the last cities to get Uber
because of what, cabs? Or?
Cabs.
Yep.
Yeah. So it'd be stuff like that.
And that's gonna fuck with truck drivers, but there's no legislation in place to protect them for real.
And then now, like if you go to like New York, you have the app just like you got Uber, and it's the same.
The app of what?
The taxi app.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, and you ain't got to taxi. You ain't got to do that
shit. And then in the back, they had the little credit card reader. So just
are them niggas still expensive? Because they always say that the taxis and the cab drivers was a lot more expensive.
The first time I did, last time I was up there about 2-3 years ago, it was about the same.
And it's still the yellow cabs. Them niggas had to update by
now. No, yeah, like we was in a van, but it was taxi.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think at this point they gotta have it priced kind of similar. If not, they're not gonna be able to operate. You know, like why would I want to get in a taxi and I could get an Uber? Like that wouldn't.
For $10 cheaper.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
I don't give a fuck what city. Goddamn, long as I'm
saving money for myself. I'm sorry.
Cause still now I check Uber and I check what's the other one?
I never use Lyft.
Lyft, shit. Lyft be a lot cheaper sometimes. And then a lot of times Lyft will give you like a couple of free rides or some shit or half off. And now download that Lyft.
Use
app,
code Dummies.
Right. Get nothing.
Right. They gonna make you pay more.
This dummy.
Dummy.
Nigga put a search on. Nigga put a tariff on our shit.
That tariff shit, wow.
Who? I got a study for you.
Hang on.
What we studying?
Before the study, because you brought it up.
Inflation?
You seen Nike gonna put about $20 on shoes and
it's $1 billion.
And $2 to $10 on a pair?
Yeah, because they lost, because of the tariffs, they lost $1 billion. Or had to pay $1 billion more in whatever.
So that's being shifted to the customer.
To the consumer.
Yeah. But Trump told y'all that wasn't going to happen, though.
I'm not here to talk about Trump.
Right.
I can't do it. I just can't. I'm sorry.
I feel you.
We had said it just as good as you can say it without saying it.
Yeah. But yeah, your Jordans you putting on layaway, they gonna be $20 higher.
Them niggas gonna use the Klarna app. They good.
Mm-hmm. I might need to sign up now, nigga. I'm finna put my Jordans on the credit card.
Pay your bill.
I did notice. I looked at some. I seen some that were coming out on the sneaker app that I don't think was supposed to be 200. They was the 200 ones, and normally they usually be about 160, 180. I don't know what that was about.
They might be getting their money back faster. Yeah.
Gotcha. Y'all better get all the shoes you want.
You were saying something about inflation. What was you about to say about inflation?
Yeah, I was looking at it today and yesterday. My Instagram sources, not Instagram, TikTok sources. You know, they were saying
he got sources.
Not my sources.
Look at
just the
what
TikTok.
about a real journalist now, nigga?
Because
no, the part that he thought TikTok was more.
It is because food like mainly
there's some good sources.
They be having those lawyers on and those politicians and those people who's actually into whatever the inflation world is, and they were saying that basically everything that we've been told and the reason why Powell isn't going up on or lowering the interest rates is because everything that he said was going to happen. Monday we're gonna find it's going to happen. It's probably the stock market's going super down. People's spending is going super down, and these numbers are finally about to come out. And so inflation has went up because of those things. And so we probably going to find out tomorrow.
Oh, Buddy doing the thing, when this come out today.
Mm-hmm. You know, he going to give us an update or the numbers are actually going to come out. I don't know whenever his update. You got to ask Barron about that.
You know Barron.
Did
you see the stock index hit 12?
So I would guarantee you, I'm not going to guarantee you, but more than likely when Barron updates us on that, he's going to tell you that we finally actually have numbers of inflation and less spending and less saving and less jobs and less earnings than what we thought was going to report, and it was a rush job. That's why they were trying to get the interest rate lowered because foreseen this happening. But I think everybody did that.
Do y'all know how much eggs cost?
More than they used to.
That's all I know.
I don't know the exact price. I'm gonna say this: When I used to buy them, they was 99 cents a dozen, and I know for a fact they about $3, $4, $5, $6 now.
Yeah.
So,
But you talking about 20 years ago, so.
I mean, shit, that's the benefit.
Now I wanted some chips and salsa. I keep telling y'all this. I went in there and got the big old bag of Tostito chips, and them hoes
$4.
like $8, $9. No, them hoes like $8. Yeah, them hoes. Yeah, the chips, the big bag.
I'm about to touch that.
Sit about $5, $6.
$13, nigga. That's a old Big Mac meal.
It used to be. Now
It used to
that's
be.
like 12.
And a chicken sandwich on the side.
Shit, I spent $15 at Jack's this morning. I was like, Jack's?
Who? I got a study for you.
What we study?
It said men who lose their job and experience financial instability are 33% more likely to be cheated on once the instability shifts the relationship dynamic.
That's a fact. I can believe that.
can
I don't
believe that.
agree
It
with
says
it. but I can
economic
believe
stress can lead to emotional distance, arguments, and weakening trust. In many cases, women begin to reassess the viability of the relationship, particularly if they feel the burden or feel unsupported.
it. And that's
So
how-
you lost your job, they may feel unsupported, and then
and we get that, and we understand that is the case, and that's what happens. Hey, damn, you about to make me out to be the bad guy, but hey, we just want women to admit
this
that.
the study.
We just want women
This
to
come
admit
from
that,
black
'cause they
millionaires.
women will say, and I'm speaking for women right now. They will say, "Nah, I ain't with him for the money and all of that." But then once something like that happens, we always notice. I ain't gonna say always, but majority of the time, we notice that guy gets left, gets cheated on, and
Right.
move on to something different
Need to provide.
without giving
But-
time. However, when it's flipped, men, I think, and me personally, I think men are more willing to work with those situations and try to make them better for a longer period. Now, eventually, everybody gets tired. Sorry. Everybody
Yeah.
gets tired of having to do that. But I think that men hang in there longer.
But my thing is the nigga you fucking giving you money?
Yeah, if it's your husband. Like, let's say your man.
No, I'm talking about the nigga that you're cheating with.
Maybe.
Eventually, maybe. I mean, it depends on the age. I think the older you get, the more that's going to happen. The nigga going to take care of you more. And it's just natural.
Some niggas that got paper.
Yeah, and it
That's
don't,
true,
you
too.
know, like if I'm single or even if I got a wife, I splurge on my side chick. That's what those niggas are saying. So I don't know, man. But I can believe that study, and because it's a study, man, it's based off numbers, it's based off stats. It's based off facts.
I've
Not
seen
who's out there.
situations
I've
personally
been-
where I've seen people kind of take a little tumble, and it had some ramifications that showed very quickly.
It don't even
so,
give you time, fool.
Yeah, like it
You ain't even got your last paycheck yet.
All right, you still be in the midst of
trying
still,
to figure
you
it out.
Not even that, fool. You're still helping to the same pace that you helped before. But it's like they can possibly see that it may not continue to be like that, and it's already a jump ship move happening.
Yeah.
So whereas I think, sorry, kill me, crush me, I don't care. I think that men are willing to deal with it after the pace stops and try to figure it out and try to make it work and try to make things okay. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Now, sometimes men get in that stage too. Hey, I'm paying all this shit. Hey, I need another girlfriend on side. So,
I got my chickens.
But he's not just gonna leave you.
He ain't gonna leave. Well, not for long.
Yeah, you know. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I could believe that study, man. And now, I don't even care about all of that, man. I want to try to speak to the positive of it and just hope that people, if you do get into those situations, to try to
Teamwork
make it work.
make the dream work.
Exactly, man. And I'm sorry to keep on going back and saying this, and I know y'all won't like it, but Joe Rogan and Bernie Sanders was basically on there saying that, hey, man, it's hard for a one-income person, family, household to make it work for a whole family in 2025.
Hell, nigga, you
That's
seeing
just not possible.
Six
no more,
incomes in a house, goddamn.
Yeah. Who thought that was possible?
Some people think that, hey, I just want to stay home.
I mean, that was an outlier.
And sometimes it is possible, but it's very rare.
Yeah, that's what I
Very-
said.
I'll say for the middle class, it's very rare that's.
I feel like everything is an enhancement. Like if I make 150 and I could take care of everything, but you make 80, you know what I'm saying? That
only
150 plus that 80 is more we can do.
Shit, if you make 40, that's something we can do. Your
More we
shit
can
can
do.
go to savings or vacation.
It's more
or,
we can do.
gas, groceries, whatever it might be, and
You ain't got to ask me for the take care of your nails and.
Now, if I had $30 million, I wouldn't care.
Oh hell no, ain't nobody working.
But $150, come on now, work with me, baby.
Let's get to 200 as a household.
Work with me, baby. Let's do this together.
Hey, you just said some shit too. It's
You
a
said
thing
shit, my boy.
about being self-sufficient too. When you was like, I ain't gotta worry about taking care of your nails. It's a thing to have somebody who know how to do that shit too. Know how to goddamn. You gotta go to the cleaners. Why is you with me if I still gotta go? Nah, I get it. We'll still pay for the cleaner sometimes.
That nigga say, "Why is you with me?"
Nigga like granddad.
He said, "Why is you with me?" Goddamn.
Annabelle, need you go to clean them.
That nigga ain't say clean it yourself. That nigga say, "Why is you with me?"
Why is you
God damn, that's a big extreme. I feel you though, G-Boss. It does help to have people who can do that for the. Because I ain't gonna lie, the girl, she does her nails herself, she does her hair herself, and that shit, I'm pretty sure is a big help.
Makeup, cool.
Pain.
I always be worried about life-changing events, unexpected things that happen. I have a friend who, like their dad got sick just out of nowhere. Fine. So like, what happens if I am making that 150 and you not working, and then something do happen to me? Then what do we do? Like,
and we go from 150
and
to
we
50.
see it daily.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, I had a life-changing event, and I was digging at my job, and dirt fell on me, and my back hurt. I can't stand up. I can't work no more. And like, so what do you do in that situation? I would hate to be in that predicament.
Yeah, that shit tough.
Yeah.
And that's why.
And I would hate to have them in that predicament, because now I don't have it. Now they just looking around, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just.
And that's why I don't want to seem like the bad guy when right now it's like I'm trying to avoid that. Or like it sounds like, hey, yeah, I could take care of this right now. But nah, that ain't smart. I could do this, but you still do that.
Man, you nigga broke. Broke ass niggas.
Yeah, you talking to talk.
Broke ass niggas. Yeah.
But I think it just makes sense, man. Like, to both of us do the best we can do every single day we can do, and make as much money as we can possible individually and bring it together, because in the long run, who knows what might happen and what's needed, man.
Yeah.
True that.
We talking about money. How much do you think you need to make a year to be in the global, like in the world's top 1%?
Top 1%?
Yeah. How much money would you think? Like, is it $2 million, $60 million? Like, how much do you think you need to make to be in the top 1%?
I would say about
400.
10 million.
400.
Y'all tripping.
What'd you say?
10 million.
What'd you say?
400,000.
450. $60,000.
To be in the top 1%?
Oh, you did say the word.
Global.
You got to count them African niggas with the belly.
That nigga that's stupid. Shut up, man. I'm sorry, Globe. I was just thinking about like the
Shout out to my African
just
brothers.
the top
and sisters.
1% of
Yeah.
Now you said 10 million. It's nuts.
Well, no, because I was thinking you know what I'm saying, top 10 in America probably is that.
It's not.
It's 450.
In America? I know it's about 450, and it might not.
Oh
even
no,
be
in
that
America,
high.
it's like 600. It's real high.
794.
It's real high in America. It's
The
stupid
top
high.
1%, at least 66,000.
Yeah, 794. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We broke back over here now, nigga.
Broke,
Fuck
boy.
wrong with you.
Yeah. This America, Jack.
Did y'all see T-Pain talking about Drake?
Yeah, I saw Drake talking about T-Pain too. Well, Chubbs. Chubbs was in Greece or somewhere, basically like, nigga, they ain't playing your. We'll try the next spot. They ain't playing your shit over here. We'll try the next spot. They ain't playing your shit over here.
Yeah.
We'll try the next
Basically, T-Pain was on a podcast basically saying that, kind of in a sense that Drake always said that he knew when to bow out, and basically saying that he should have, bow out and just go back to just, not really trying to be relevant and push out music. Offset kind of responded basically. His tweet said, the boy is the boy. Shit ain't gonna change. All that hating on another grown man who do more numbers than everybody is diabolical.
T-Pain was hating. I'm sorry. And like, it's not a point where if Drake put out an album, people are like, man, I ain't finna listen to that shit. So as long as when that nigga drop, whenever he drop, and everybody stop to go listen to it, he's still good.
And who was T-Pain to say anything about that?
Right. Nigga.
He had a nice little run and some bangers, but not to this extent.
Yeah,
yes.
but
20 years ago.
we ain't
Let me
checked for
buy
you
you a drink.
since you bought a drink in the club. Yeah, we ain't fuck with you since
he
then.
been in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He is hating. He admitted himself numerous times that
Now, you know what I'm saying? The people retired T-Pain. That's why he had to go be a goddamn video gamer. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Yeah.
What was his reasoning for saying all of this? I don't know.
I have no clue. People,
It was on the pod, so I don't know the context. They
Maybe
probably
it's
had a
maybe
you know how a
it's
conversation come up.
Maybe just content, because I know he's been podcasting lately. So maybe he just want to talk and get some.
People just
get
get
some
in front of
clicks.
the camera and just want to make some of the wildest shit.
We do it sometimes.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
You know, guy. You broke, boy. Come on, boy, bro.
Nah, don't put that on me. I ain't said that.
I mean, you kept saying it like, "Hey, look, let
Nah.
me tell him, nigga." You
because when it come back, we're like, yeah, I heard what you said, Joe.
He only gonna pick on you about it.
Hey, you ain't hear that. I guess that's when you're standing for 30 hours in the day.
That should make you exhausted.
Make him tired.
That should exhaust you, boy.
y'all so stupid. Y'all seen Travis Hunter made history this week.
What do you do?
Got a deal. Shout out to Mac Main them with Young Money Sports. They actually brokered the deal. He's signing a 4-year, $46 million deal guaranteed with a $30 million bonus up front.
And you said Cash Money did this?
Man,
Man, I hope this ain't.
y'all was
It's-
hating on my boy for signing with
Said
him too. I
that's-
remember that.
They said it's making him the first non-quarterback not drafted first overall to receive his entire signing bonus up front. Shout out to Young Money, APP Sports Agency, Mac Main.
Man, I just hope this ain't no Ricky Williams situation. But
What you mean?
you remember you signed with no limit and they get shit.
That's why he didn't get this.
Well, yeah, his shit was pretty much incentive based a lot. But I mean, if you getting your whole signing bonus and it's pretty much guaranteed, I mean, I don't think you really can get messed over that.
Y'all think it's worth it?
Hell yeah.
Do
Why
I
wouldn't it
think
be?
it's worth it to get your whole signing bonus and everything up front? I got to look at that and see, because I thought a lot of those last few first-round picks, all of their full contract was guaranteed. And I don't know if that means signing bonus or how that works, but their first...
It's all over ESPN.
Like their
Usually they signing bonuses broke up over the years, but it's guaranteed.
like a lot of these boys recently since they changed the rules.
I think what
Jamarcus.
what make it his is it's all up front. His signing bonus. So
He got
when he
that in the bank.
signed,
Yeah.
he got it right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's immediate. Like now.
But she
And is it all fully guaranteed this whole contract?
No,
Because a
That's what
lot
he
of
said.
no, he get 30
as a
once he
sign-
signed
as
his
a signing
name.
bonus. I know,
and
but
46.
it's the 46 still fully guaranteed. I know it's not a signing bonus, but
I
is it
want
still
to say
fully
the
guaranteed?
46 is guaranteed.
Gotcha.
yeah, 46. It
Yeah, it's
says
fully
signed a
guaranteed.
4-year, $46.65 million
Fully
fully guaranteed deal.
Gotcha. Okay. And
$30
signing
million
30.
up front.
That's dope. I just want my man to stop dancing.
I
what makes him
like
have
it.
fun.
I like it for a lot of reasons, but my main reason I like it is because they always try to say the NFL you can't. It's a not for long place. It's hard to play on offense or defense for a whole season.
So
So
46
the
million
fact
makes
that he gonna be
sense.
out there putting his body on the line on both sides of the ball, that's giving him more of a chance to
With a target
put
on it.
bang on that body and injury. So I just like it for him being able to secure his future and be able to make sure that he got something coming. So shout out to them. Shout out to Young Money Agency and Mac Main them for negotiating that deal. I think it's well deserved because we've never seen a player with this kind of talent level come in who can ready to play on both sides of the ball. And it looks like Jacksonville going to allow him to do it.
Man, I might have to get like the NFL package this year.
I've been thinking about getting Red Zone again. Fool. Like football was so much better watching Red Zone. Like I ain't gonna say so much better. It made my fantasy better, but it was more entertaining rather than sitting down watching.
Oh no,
full
I don't
games.
need to get that.
Why? Oh, you got the shit.
Man, yeah,
You got to play. You got to
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
but
yeah.
is Red Zone on the play?
yeah.
If you got fool, I just want Red Zone fool. And that shit to me.
Red Zone and pretty much NFL Network.
Yeah, it made watching football more entertaining rather than just watching whole full games. Fool. I'm sorry. But I know
Nah,
people like, why you just want to watch touchdowns? I just want to. I'm sorry. That's the life that we're in.
Yeah.
Right now, we just watch clips all day and the highlights of shit. So,
And it be tied to my fantasy league.
and they make fantasy football better too. So
Yeah, nah, that's the play. I'm telling you.
last year was my
Zone
first
and
year without Red Zone in a couple
NFL
years. and I'm going-
Network and every out of market. Because I'm gonna have to watch some Jaguars games. I'm just eager to see like how much he play on both sides.
I think it'll be
think he
enough to
gonna
be
pay.
interesting.
I think that money up front
Enough
like
to be-
that too allow him to pay for people like LeBron James pay for the world class goddamn
Trainers
trainers.
and
Ocho
body
Cinco said you don't need that. You just need to eat at McDonald's.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
eat
he
at McDonald's.
Yeah, I ain't.
I think how many times you been hurt? A lot, exactly.
Hey,
I ain't never been hurt.
I love you, Ocho Cinco, but you made a lot of bad decisions in your life.
He never been hurt. He was never hurt. He never missed game. He said due to injury. And you niggas went and had acupuncture. You had water therapy. You drunk celery for all your career, and you was hurt all the time.
Nah.
He missed games from a headbutt.
Shit messed up his brain. That McDonald's will do something to your sensory system.
Did you see where Brandon Marshall was sitting down with
Looked at his bank account.
Jeremiah
Smith.
touchdowns? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
looked
wonder
at
what
his
that
bank
number-
account. He
I
said,
wonder
man,
what
this
that
man
number
got
was.
more money than me.
Right,
in
right
his
now.
account sitting right now.
I wonder what that number was.
Who was Jeremiah touchdown?
Jeremiah Smith.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Right,
College kid. Goddamn. And looked at that nigga bank account, and he was so humble with it, fool. He like, nigga.
And he was like, and I know that's just one account.
Right. Yeah, you know, you got 2 or 3, nigga. If I got 2 or 3 with just $200 in them, I know what he got. Go on and imagine, goddamn.
I seen some news pop off this week, and I was curious what y'all might have thought about this. But what do y'all think about the idea of Dunn Staley possibly being sought after by the Knicks?
I don't think she would be treated fairly because, unfortunately, we're still in that world to where as men and pro basketball men in one of the biggest cities in the world, most popular cities in the world, I don't think they're going to want to listen to it.
Yeah, it sounds good, but she's not going to garner the respect that she deserves or for it to work. I'm sorry.
And they're going to think it's cool, but I think that once they get in them trenches and them tough situations, will them niggas really want to listen to it?
Now, as an assistant coach for right now, I think she would be great. Cause
Nah, I don't like that.
okay, it damn sure ain't gonna work as a head coach. Now,
I mean,
we
you might
wanna
not work as
bullshit
a head
around.
coach, but I'm not gonna relegate her down to an assistant coach, and she's a highly successful basketball coach. Like, why would I just say, oh, you can come, but you got to be an assistant, and she's a head coach?
Well, a lot of times, college coaches go to assistant coaches.
Nigga, you ain't never seen Coach K leave and go be an assistant coach.
I ain't never seen him leave.
You come on,
seen
man.
him
Act
leave.
like you know what I'm talking about.
But I'm saying, no, that's not gonna work.
I get what you're saying when you say it might not work because of the respect that they'll give her in the media that y'all saying. But I'm not gonna disrespect her and bring her up here and say she got to be an assistant coach.
Well, she ain't got to. She can say
She
what
probably
she
know
is.
more X's and O's than all these coaches.
Exactly.
All of the high premium coaches talk about like her X's and O's and her schemes and shit.
Exactly, and she probably knows more than them.
Right.
But
So say that. Don't say I bring her up here as an assistant coach.
no,
That's
I'm
wild.
saying, I'm saying that's the only way it's going to work.
Nah, I don't like that.
I ain't gonna say work. I'll say probably for right now to start off with the only way it'll be accepted.
Right. And then that goes back to what he's saying. Then yes, I don't go. That's my whole thing. I just don't like people leaving when you have wild successful college things. I don't like people going to those.
Pull up her
pro
salary,
levels.
G-Boss.
So
Like $5 million, I think.
so to,
Oh, never mind then.
So
we can pull it up.
So to me, it doesn't have anything to do with like, NBA or not. Like I think she could go to the NBA, and I would love to see it happen. But I just like what she doing in South Carolina and the lives she able to, because man,
For me.
the NBA is just a weird place. You know what I'm saying? Like it. To me, it's just something nostalgic about these coaches that go and build these programs and they have them for 15, 20 years and shit like that, and the lives that they can impact. Once you get to these NBA level, you're not impacting these nigga lives. Like you're not changing their lives. You're not putting them like they just playing basketball for money.
And I mean, it's a whole totally different game.
Yep.
You rarely see coaches that are really good in women's coaching transfer to men in college.
Well, I hadn't seen
When
it.
you never seen it, why? How can you even pull?
I know
that
there
up?
was one.
I'm saying they never. Yeah, you never see it.
There's one female basketball coach who went. I can't think. It was a white lady.
San Antonio.
In is it Sue Bird? Not Sue Bird. No, not Sue Bird.
No,
I can't think of her
The
name.
only,
But yeah, she went to San Antonio. She was an instrumental part. But I hadn't seen, or time hadn't allotted for us to see what was next for her.
I think if I think what y'all saying is correct. I think that they would make the harshness of how they attack and things like that. But I think that she could be very successful at that level, given the right team and the right things around her. I think she could easily be a championship winning coach.
That
but-
ain't her G-Boss. It's another one.
But like you said, to the media part, that's the part that's gonna get crazy.
She wasn't the first. So she wasn't the first, but Becky Hammond. There you go. Becky Hammond down there is who we talking about right now. But he pulled out Lindsey Gottlieb, who was the first technically. But we talking about Becky Hammond.
Yeah, niggas just ain't going to listen, right? Like, they barely listen to the coaches now. So
get their ass out of there. The same way you would do if you weren't listening to the other coach.
I think it can work, fool. I'm not gonna say that. I think it can work, but has to come in there. She has to be aggressive. She has to be offensive, and she has to have a good scheme. And I think that, but she has to get into a position when they're willing to try some shit, fool. Like, you just got to be in that position when you're willing to try something and see if it works.
And when have we seen a college basketball coach do good in the NBA?
That boy for the Boston.
Yeah.
What college he coached at?
He's now the GM. Not Gonzaga, Butler. He was at Butler. Yeah. Young cat. He was at Butler. He went to Boston, and then he head coach for a little while. Now he's like the president of GM or whatever now. Basketball operations now. Him. The young white guy.
Oh. That they moved away from coaching.
No, he moved away. He chose. He like, I want to go do this.
He wanted to be in operation.
And he still bought them pretty far, getting them into the finals and conference finals type stuff.
Okay. What was Buddy at Florida name?
Billy Donovan.
He was trash. Everybody that
I mean,
most people that moved up was trash.
I mean, it's rare, but it can happen. I ain't gonna say it can't happen. I think like
what I will say, Buddy, that coached
like Pete Carroll too.
I said basketball.
Well, I'm thinking of all.
Yeah, that's a good
sports.
one, Larry Brown.
I mean, yeah, I went against my own argument. Yeah, but it's very few. So,
because not many really go and do it, fool. Like you got to think and like you said, most of them, if they do leave, they don't be the best of the best, and they might go be an assistant coach.
And if you think about football, you got Nick Saban, that's the best college coach of all time.
Well, he didn't give it enough time too. I don't think. I think he left and went back to. He made 2-3 years and he went back. Like, he didn't give it time to work itself out.
And he said why he did that too.
Yeah, because he wanted to develop kids.
Yeah, and make impacts on their lives, and he wanted to be able to coach them. You can't coach them niggas.
And I think that's why she might not do good in the NBA, because she really is invested in these kids.
Well, I want to hear from her. Does she want to do the NBA? Does she want to do that?
I don't think she wants to. I think she loves what she's doing.
I don't know. I can't speak for her. I want to hear her say
that's what I said,
she wants to do. And if she tell me she wants to do that, I think she can go and do it and try it.
I think she'd be fine in it. I don't think people would not listen to her. If she's the head coach of the basketball team, you either going to listen or you're going to get your ass shipped out of here like we do when Jimmy Butler don't listen to the team no more.
Yeah,
like, she wouldn't be no different. And I think that she's a great coach. I don't think she got to go in there and be anything other than who she is, and that's Don Staley.
Yeah. Man, I'm paying you 4 years, $200 million, fully guaranteed.
$200.
I ain't got to listen to you.
All right.
Okay.
Then we go.
And then
losers.
you leave. Like, didn't they just get Jimmy Butler the fuck out of there?
Like, I think that it
but you know how hard that be with them big ass contracts.
But it takes multiple pieces.
They figure it out.
It takes multiple pieces, man. So it's not just going to be her alone. Yeah, that $200 million kid or person is going to have to want to be willing to listen to that coach, whoever they are. Male, female, whatever, it's going to take all of them to come together and listen. And if that $200 million comes in and buys in to her system,
like,
it can work.
So you mean to tell me Eric Spoelstra, when they gave him the job with Brun, like
nobody trusts
better qualified? The nigga was the film nigga.
The only people who knew of him and his successes of being a good coach was the people from the inside. Everybody on the outside was like, who the fuck is this guy?
And at first, they were saying Pat Riley was running that team.
That's what they were saying, but Spoelstra was on the sideline coaching them.
And that's what the players say that Spoelstra was over there running the team. So I mean, it can work, but you have to get to a place where everybody buys in. And I don't trust New York for her, because New York has been very bad with coaches.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So I don't trust New York for her. So definitely not New York. No, it ain't gonna work there. I can tell you. My opinion is no, it won't work there. But if she go to somewhere, maybe Charlotte. Since it's right there.
No, I don't want her to go.
I'm just saying, like, it's right there, and I ain't trying to set up for failure. I'm trying to set up to give her a real opportunity. Because I think New York is a setup for failure too.
You can't recruit in the NBA. I think she stays where she at.
It don't look like New York been recruiting no players either for the last 30 years. So what does
they got the players? They just ain't.
This year, I'm saying, but the last 30 years they had nobody. So I think that just gets tricky, and you get lucky. And look at OKC.
That's true.
Who they coach?
We don't fucking
We don't
know.
fucking know.
That's my point. That was on
go
purpose.
to OKC. It's not the biggest market. You can't set up whoever went there was set up to fail. It just happened. They got in the right situation and they got the right players from drafts and little early trades, and it worked.
Which to me is definitely like good now, because going into the next story about the kids at the NBA draft. Did you see what a lot of people were saying how they were mad about where they got drafted? They brought up the guy going to Toronto. What his name?
I don't know.
Bowles or some shit. He was disappointed about going there. Then they brought up the other little dude from
Ace
Rutgers. Yeah, he was not pleased with going to Atlanta, wasn't it?
But that could be
he going to Utah.
Utah. That's
But
it. Utah.
That could be a facade too, fool. Because I saw him get off the plane today. He went in there. He hooped. He looked happy. He was yanking.
Well, I mean, you going there now, but the initial reaction was, man, fuck.
I think that's just part of.
He
these
finally
new-
did
these
go
new-
to Utah.
Yeah, he there.
He
got-
gonna have
ain't
to
got
go.
no
He got
choice.
drafted. So I guess
No. But it was a story that most people go immediately. He didn't go. He
He
took
went
a couple of days.
Well, he the other day. I saw it this morning. Him getting off.
But
the
my
plane
thing
and
is, of course you're gonna go. By the time your PR people, hey man, you better pull this shit together. You gotta go over here. You gotta. And so like, I'm gonna be happy. But none of them niggas initially seemed happy with the place they got drafted.
maybe some of this new age shit that now with the NIL deals, you get to pick where you want to go. You get to go pick your coach. You're gonna get paid for it. Maybe they have a different frame of thinking, and then hopefully, eventually they come to grips that this ain't that, and nigga, you got to go where you gonna go, or you go sit out for a year and do nothing.
And
G-Boss,
and then to the point that you brought up,
pull up Rutgers' basketball schedule for last year. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what the fuck I was finna say, but
Point
I
of
mean,
what I said something.
it was you had just said something prior to. I forgot what the fuck you said.
The new age
Right
kids.
before this story. What were we talking about? God damn it! Right before it kind
Staley?
of tied in. No,
Dawn
nigga,
Staley,
tied into
OKC.
this. Yes, these kids mad about the market that they going to, but like you just said, nigga, OKC, nigga, like you
Go
can
in there
win.
and
Right now, the NBA is open to where you can win it from anywhere. Indiana was in there. That's still a smaller market team. So like,
So it don't have to be Miami.
it ain't these
New York.
super teams right now. You know,
LA.
the Warriors gone. LA suck. Yeah, like.
These younger teams are panning out.
Ace Bailey wanted to go to the Wizards. That's some weird shit.
Because they say he just wanted to go and shoot that bitch whenever he wanted to.
Well, they say he wanted to be on the East Coast.
That too. And he said the Nets first.
Ain't they got buddy that got punched in the face by Draymond in DC?
He just went to New Orleans.
Man,
He got traded to New
Wizards,
Orleans.
have the Wizards
Ooh.
ever really been good? I mean, I know they had some years with
Hell no,
arenas.
not
but-
since
They
there was
had
the Bullets.
They had some good Michael Jordan years. Just because Jordan was there and something to see. But other than
Arenas
never.
had some okay years, didn't it?
Yeah,
that
when
I
he
can
wasn't
recall.
carrying guns.
Not that I can recall. He had some good years. I don't know if they had some good years.
Oh yeah, he was shooting at
You're
it.
right. He had 30. They had.
I know who was
48.
excited. The dude Javon Smiles, his granddad. Did y'all see the story that they did on him? Oh man, my man went crazy when my boy got drafted. They posted it. It was all over. It went viral where he was like just excited because he was saying that he always knew that somebody was gonna make it or that he was gonna make it, but he was just like you could just tell like he was just real proud. He was like, "That's my boy, that's my boy." Like he just kept doing that. So they brought up the stories of people
Granted,
not being excited. You saw Buddy from I think Sudan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
the
only been
African
playing
kid.
since 17. And my man got drafted. He was, big tier. Like, that's kind of wild to be able to pick up a basketball at 17 and then a few years, 3-4 years later, you're drafted.
NBA.
Like, and you didn't pick up the game. You didn't even know about the game. Like, you didn't even start playing until you were 17 years old.
A cab driver pulled up to you and be like, "Hey, you need to go play basketball."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Man,
Shout out. He
man.
coming
Nigga, you drive
through,
cabs. Why am I listening to you?
He coming through that South Sudan program.
Yeah,
they've
that's
been
good.
looking real good. Lou Aldine been
NBA in
behind,
Africa.
pushing that program. So shout out to them.
Yeah, that's dope.
Man, I ought to be able to take my pick back if goddamn I don't like your attitude when I pick you. If you
what
want
you
that,
gonna
I
do with
pick
it?
you and be like, fuck.
Then what you gonna do with it?
You know
Wait-
what?
wait till next year?
No, hell no. Let me pick the other person.
I like
was thinking about.
Danny Ainge and what he did because he's a kid. He's a guy who drafted Ace Bailey to Utah, and he's been having a history of those things. Like that's always been the story.
Ainge in Utah?
Yep. And that's
Ainge.
always
Yeah.
been the story of Danny Ainge is nigga, he gonna talk shit to you. He gonna like with Jeff T. Jeff T was like talk shit to him, told him he need to pack his bags and go home. He was like, fuck you. And Jeff T was like, I'm going to sign with 4 years, $48 million over here. And then the next day, Danny Ainge showed up and like, hey, we match that contract. See you at practice tomorrow. Like nothing never happened. So for real, fool, like sometimes you gotta keep that shit. Business is business.
Yeah.
And that's what he did with Ace Bailey. He took the best player on the board. I don't care if you want to come here. You come in here, either you gonna play or you gonna go sit out for a year. I'm gonna get my pick back. We gonna do what we're gonna do, and we're gonna plan for the next year.
And shit, he got to play for the next at least
4
3
years.
years.
I think it's 4.
I thought it was 3, and then the player option.
I didn't realize it was a nigga did that in the NFL draft.
What? He's still doing it right now with Cincinnati.
That's what I'm saying. They said that he not gonna show up.
Well, Cincinnati put some bullshit, and it's on Cincinnati, not that kid.
Yeah.
Cincinnati tried to stick some bullshit wording into his contract to whereas if something happens to him, he won't get paid. And that kid was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it because just last year y'all didn't do that, and the year before that y'all ain't do that, and the year before that y'all ain't do that. I'm the first kid y'all want to put that in my contract."
But that was
no fault of me.
That was the first time I had ever heard of this. If you sit out. If you sit out the whole year, you get back in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Bo Jackson did, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think so.
That shit was so old.
He went to play baseball.
Well, this first
time that's a little different. And also, somebody else went to like the Canadian Football League, but it was all was it Warmo?
No, they were US. That's when USF.
It was some shit.
When that shit was.
This is different. Like we in our lifetimes we ain't really.
Where I was old enough to know what the fuck going on.
We ain't never seen a person not go play for the team and go back into the next draft.
Yeah, these niggas sit out through training camp or something, but them niggas usually go.
They going.
But that nigga, he'll get back in the draft.
So I ain't mad. That's on the Bengals, and I think it's up to the Bengals to
That's
fix
crazy because why wouldn't the Bengals just fix that shit?
We gonna find ego, man. They say that the Bengals are some of the worst to deal with when it comes to contracts. The Bengals themselves are some of the worst to deal with.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
Well, use your leverage because they, that's Stewart. I think it was the guy. Ain't he from Texas A&M?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't even. I don't know how I missed that, but I was oblivious to it till about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's been going on the whole time. He ain't because technically he ain't on contract. So they're like, why is he not showing up? He's not on contract. He can't show up because if he shows up, does one practice, lift a weight and get hurt, he's asked out.
Yeah. Hell no, I ain't showing up. I ain't even paid for this shit.
But still, son, work out, do your thing, do what's best for you. Fight for your rights, my boy.
Pistons guard Malik Beasley is the subject of a federal gambling probe. Federal authorities are investigating the point guard for allegations of gambling related to NBA games. This is a story from ESPN. They saying that they alleged that through 2023-2024 season, when Beasley played for the Milwaukee Bucks, he was averaging about 11.3 points a game, played in 79 games, and made some career high stats in his 77 starts. But they said that he was taking money out, and they noticed on high-end wagers going towards him that he was actually betting on himself for his player props and stuff. That's the allegation.
That's like betting on prop bets. That's the part that alarmed me was like, because you can't really affect the game like that as much. But betting on like if you gonna score 13 this game, that's different. Yeah, your ass stupid. Your ass need to go to jail.
I think it's very dumb. I still be a little on the edge about it if I'm betting on myself to do well.
No, because you could take.
I think that's different than
you
betting
could
on
just
myself.
go out that bitch and just shoot every shot.
You can. I can see that. You can.
Or not.
Yeah. And they made it clear that an investigation is not a charge. So they only investigating. They haven't charged them with anything yet.
I mean, when these boys come a knocking.
Yeah, they know.
Boys
they say where they smoke is fire. I don't know
they ain't knocking for nothing, goddamn. So hopefully not, but we'll see Beasley. And this is putting his contract in jeopardy too.
Yeah, he's been in the league 9 years. Do you think that they ever I mean, I know crime happens and all that, but do you ever think that it's to a point where you start realizing okay, not that. I'm not gonna do this, but I ain't finna do that. Like we've seen so many times over and over and over and again where okay, this is no good. Like you see the receiver from LSU. Once I see them, oh shit, I need to stop.
I ain't doing it.
Nah, I mean, in this instance, maybe he was already doing it before those articles come out. But you just
I need to see.
You've been seeing it.
But from Atlanta missed the whole year.
I need to see.
You knew that.
Well, I need to see when it happened.
Well, they said it was during the 2023-24 season, so that would have been last year.
Yeah, he's stupid. He's stupid. Because like he said, the guy from Atlanta sat out a whole year. My boy brother in Toronto just got sat down for ever. He banned for life from the NBA. Oh, watch it.
Whoa.
Pause.
He caught the mic.
He's rising over there. But we just saw who is his brother? Who is his brother? The guy from Toronto. His brother is a star.
Oh, his brother played.
No, he played too. His brother's a star though. Michael Porter Jr.'s little brother in Toronto got caught up. And he banned for life from the NBA for recently betting. We just got that last year or this year. So I don't know, man. It's weird. Tough enough.
I mean, I just be so confused because like,
and they learn
you
that
ain't
stuff.
got no cousins.
No, not even that, fool. Like, don't do it, man. Like most times we see these, and he was betting all of that money and made $20,000. Nigga, your salary is a couple million.
Now, if the sports betting world, like they said, that's when they fuck up. You see people betting a large amount on this nigga that makes that 11 points a game, nigga. They're gonna be like, come on. Now.
I think too on some of the player props, it was like unusually high bets on rebounds. Like he was averaging like 2.6 or something. So I think they put a large amount of money and they tracked how much money went to that. The nigga went out there and got he went out there and got 6.
Mm-hmm. So nigga, if you could get 6 for money,
you get 6 for free.
But well, you get paid.
But that also means he focused his time on going to get rebounds, which means if
he probably won't get back
the point guard.
on defense.
He was supposed to be the peel back, nigga.
Yeah, like you affecting the game.
So yeah, you got rebounds, but you gave up 38 points.
Niggas on the other end.
That's like Hoot over there. UAB nigga, I'm gonna bet that I'm gonna get 15 rush yards. He just take the ball down and run.
Yeah. 1 yard rushes every play.
It's
4th and 15.
It's 3rd and 15.
1 yard.
2nd and goddamn 20. That nigga still taking it. He don't give a fuck.
I just need 1 yard for my prop bet.
Cornerback to fail. That nigga
1 yard for my prop bet. I'm good. Nigga wide open down there. I just need 1 yard for my prop bet for $10,000.
That's wild. And especially if you're gonna do it, why bet on yourself or your team or the team you're playing? Like why?
Because it can go either way.
Like you said, just don't do it.
See, that's why I ain't have a problem with Pete Rose. He only bet that his team was gonna win. I don't really have a problem with that. Because that's what you're supposed to be trying to do every game.
Trying to win.
Yeah, but that's where it gets slippery.
Yeah.
Damn, we gonna lose tonight.
Let me go bet.
Trying to tank?
We playing the Yankees. Them niggas ain't lost in a week. Yeah, so I don't know. Just stay away from that shit. Moving on into the dummy of the week.
Who's stupid?
Stupid
Dummy.
Dumbass, stupid ass dummy. And I don't have your name. They won't give it to me. But I don't know if y'all saw the Houston Galleria incident where the shoplifter tried to steal some shades. And the police got behind his ass inside the mall. And to get away, he jumped off of a 2-story high-rise over the balcony to land it on an ice rink, broke both his legs.
Pow, dummy. Bummy,
They had the nerve to sit down there and text him. I don't know if y'all saw this, man. It's a video that went viral this week after the man tried running off from the police. I guess he wasn't escaping fast enough, so my man thought it was a good idea to jump off of a 2-story balcony down onto some ice. That was going to fuck you either way it go, because even if you going to slip.
Hey,
did he only get caught because he was FaceTiming or streaming or something? Wasn't he doing something?
He was on live, but I don't know if that's why or how he got caught.
man, I enjoyed that shit so much, watching how that nigga legs was folded like that.
They was all been. And then he looked at him and then he just started texting like
cartoon legs.
So I don't know who you are, what your name is, but since you thought that was a good idea, like at that point, like I'm caught, I'm just gonna go to jail.
Dumb Galleria.
Now you're going to jail and your legs broke and twisted and shit. So for that, Mr. Dumbass Galleria, man, you are the dummy of the week.
Look at that nigga
Dummy.
laid out. That nigga laid out there. Like,
my
legs.
Honorable mentions the New Orleans nigga.
What
boy
he do?
who got his head done?
They had just got caught. No, they had escaped, but was right around. Got
that
caught
nigga
right
had
around the
22
corner.
feet.
Yeah, and the word is that he got
His
caught.
folks' car.
Somebody, whoever you can see when you look at you see his hair nice and braided.
Oh, the hair braid.
The girl who left,
That's-
he did
that's
his
what they
hair.
said.
Said she was coming back. She left and got the $50K.
But they say it was
She left to go get the 50K.
That's a $50,000 hairdo right there.
$50,000 long.
But shit, that ain't enough to tell on nobody. Because what you gonna do now? You on the run for the rest of your life? Because they ain't gonna let you survive in New Orleans with that. Sorry, baby girl. Got to move to Houston.
That's relocation,
That's what they
man.
normally do.
But shit, everybody from Katrina moved to Houston, didn't it?
So they gonna know out there too.
Yeah.
She gonna have to move to San
Shit,
Antonio.
Nebraska
You gotta
again.
move right. Is this the illest nigga in Nebraska?
Nebraska gonna be lit after a while.
Amazon. they got Amazon and hairdressers.
What more do you need?
Any other news
and
or
corn.
information we forgot to add on? I know we're going to be off Anybody grilling?
I'm going to the crib.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Essence Fest, baby.
told
But I gotta go. I got to go down there and do some work. I got a birthday party to shoot. So I'm gonna try to see if I get into some kind of festivities.
You gonna go out and about around Essence?
If I can find something to go to, like a
get on the
concert
ferry?
or something, that's what I always do. So if I can find a concert to go to, I'll go.
I think they usually have them at the Superdome.
What you talking about? But if it's one I would like to go to, then I'll go to one. But if it ain't nothing I like, I ain't going. Nigga acts like I asked for a
Like if they
location.
have one, like
they
they got plenty. During,
If there's one that I would like to go
Dummy.
to.
If I can find one, this big ass dome.
No, if there's one
Say
I would like.
Mercedes on it.
When I say find, I mean the research on a person of who I would like to see.
that was a good one. There.
That was a bad one.
No, it was
Very
like,
bad.
If I can
Very
find
bad.
one, he like, they
If
right
I can
there.
find, I still
right
stand
there,
on it.
that
If
big
I
ass building with the
if I can
Mercedes.
find
symbol on
one
it.
that I like, I'll go. I'm willing to go. I ain't gonna say I'm willing to go to something, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Well, again, we off next week, so don't be looking for us. Well, you can look for us.
We off, G-Boss.
We like to be look, but yeah, G-Boss gonna come in. Man, I thought we said we were recording.
Even though he been asking
And
for
then
it for
Chuck,
8 weeks
now
Todd gonna show up.
for the first time.
on time. Where y'all at?
I'm here.
Well, on that note, we'll be back next week like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. You dig?
Bye.
Get some rest.
Happy 4th.
Enjoy.
Don't burn the ribs.
No drinking and driving.
And don't shoot your fingers off.
Most importantly,
Oh, Terry. Bag it up, Terry. That shit never get old. Get out of there, Terry.
Dummy.